Well, if you've been waiting to buy one of those juicy 4K high refresh rate OLED displays, right now might be a great time to sneak into your parents' wallet and grab, no, don't do that, maybe use your own cash, but in any case, prices have come down very substantially. There's a ton of great options, and one that I'm really heavily considering buying for myself, even though I already have way too many OLEDs. I can't help myself. These deals are just so good. Now, if you're interested in any of these, I'll have them as affiliate links in the description below in every single place that I could find them to purchase. Amazon, Newegg, Best Buy, Walmart, you name it, I've got it for your convenience. But let's start off with the least expensive to most expensive with the MSI MAG 321 UP. Now, this OLED monitor, I think the main reason you would consider purchasing it over other options, well, quite frankly, not only are you going to get all the benefits from the super fast response times and fast refresh rate of a, well, in this case, 165 Hertz QD OLED monitor, and with QD giving you the best colors in OLED that I have seen, but it's also coming in at just $699.99. This is by far going to be the lowest price point for a 4K OLED, and a lot of people out there are not going to be able to play the majority of their games at 240 Hertz. This could be a good option to save you some money, as I do consider 165 Hertz to kind of be the sweet spot in terms of what you can viably achieve with some high-end hardware at 4K. Yes, this is an excellent price. It's $130 off right now. It was already very low at $829.99. Yes, that's a high price for a monitor, but for the specs that you're getting here, 4K resolution, 165 Hertz OLED, all that good stuff. This is just absolutely smashing all the other monitors we used to have access to. You used to have to pay thousands of dollars to get a mini LED. This destroys mini LED, and it's just $699.99. Excellent price, highly, highly recommend. Again, I'll have affiliate links in the description below. Let's move on to the next one. So next we have the MSI MAG 321 UPX. This is essentially the same thing as the last model, except for it's stepping up from 165 Hertz to 240 Hertz. The main reason I would suggest this monitor over other options is it's going to be the best priced 4K 240 Hertz OLED that you can buy right now. And it's also, I would say, 90 to 99% as good as the MPG model. Just has a few little features missing, and it can now, as far as I'm aware, be updated over DisplayPort, which means, yes, you can update your firmware. That's really excellent, and $100 off here at under $800 is a really excellent price for what is going to give you one of the clearest, not only pictures, but also pictures in motion that you can get on the market today. And you are getting a glossy finish with all of the monitors I'm going over today, which means you're going to get the crispest picture possible, as there's no diffusion of light happening between you and the picture in front of you. Really excellent stuff. This is the MSI MPG model. Now, yes, we've talked about all MSI stuff thus far. That's because they have the most affordable options on the market today. Once again here, that's going to be the case with the MPG 321 URX. However, this model is going to give you a few more features. It's going to have easier firmware updating. And so if you want to spend an extra $80 to get that, well, I will have that as an affiliate link in the description below as well. But now let's move on to some other brands, such as Gigabyte. Here, once again, the best place to purchase this one appears to be on Amazon, and this one is actually 18% off, down to $899.99. Now, this, in my testing, at least with the specific unit I got, was technically the brightest QD OLED that I had tested. Now, it wasn't by a huge margin, but if you are after the brightest, this may or may not, your mileage may vary depending on panel variants, be one of the brightest options you can buy. That's why I really liked this model, but the same as the last one, 4K 240 Hertz QD OLED has all those good other things going for it as well. But now let's talk about the Alienware, as this is the first one that really changes things up. Instead of being a flat panel, it has a very slight 1800R curve. Now, I actually prefer curves if possible, as I do believe, at least in my opinion, that they can add to the immersion, but it is going to be a highly subjective option. And I think between that and the Dolby Vision support, those could be reasons to purchase this one over other options. Now let's talk about the ASUS ROG Swift PG32 UCDM, and I'll come out and tell you guys right now, this is, I believe, going to be the best 4K OLED monitor of 2024. I'll have a video coming up explaining exactly why that is. There's a lot of reasons that go into me picking one over another, but this one, just as a quick reason as to why you might purchase this one over others, is because it has the highest brightness overall, in my opinion, when considering the small window sizes and the way that it handles that, as well as it has the best color accuracy by far of any of the other ones I've tested, to the point where I actually want to purchase this one myself, kind of, because this does have essentially, in my opinion, professional or at least semi-professional color accuracy. It's really, really good. And also it does have, I believe, Dolby Vision support as well. Now, personally, I don't really care for Dolby Vision on PC because it's really hit or miss, but there are consoles and things like that that can benefit if it's an option. By the way, the PG32 UCDM is actually $300 off right now, and I would highly recommend picking this one up if you were considering it. Again, in my opinion, this is the best one you can buy, and I do think it is worth the premium in many cases. Not in all cases. I think sometimes it can definitely be worth saving hundreds of dollars to go with some of those cheaper options, but if you want the best of the best, that's an excellent price. But now let's talk about the final one, the Gigabyte Aorus FO32 U2 Pro. Now this is essentially identical to the U2 that we talked about earlier. It does come in at a higher price. This one could be worth the premium for you at 13% off at $1129.99, as it does come with DisplayPort 2.1 UHBR20. Now that's important because it means you can run the full 4K 240Hz without having to use display stream compression if you hook it up to a device that has UHBR20 DisplayPort 2.1. Now, what devices are there that have that? Right now, none. However, the RTX 50 series is heavily rumored to be coming with DisplayPort 2.1, as well as it is very likely that both Intel as well as AMD will be releasing graphics cards with this support, meaning that any issues that might crop up because of display stream compression, which I know NVIDIA definitely has a couple of bugs with, well, all that should go away if those graphics cards come with DisplayPort 2.1, which I do believe is very, very likely to be the case. So this could be somewhat of a future-proof type of purchase. Again, I'll have that, as well as every single monitor I talked about, as affiliate links in the description below and pinned comment. Every single store you could want, it'll be there for your convenience, and it does give a kickback to the channel. But there you have it. Those are, in my opinion, the best prices that you can get on 4K OLED monitors right now. I will be discussing 1440p as well as TVs in the near future, so if you're not subscribed, make sure to do so, as there are actually some really, really good sales this year. I'm kind of surprised, but yes, right now is a really excellent time to pick up an OLED or mini LED of really any shape or size.